Yo, what's up guys? Jesse Flair here from Flair Parkour and Team Tempest here in the world famous Tempest Free Running Academy. Today's tutorial will be on this scoot. Now a scoot is a move or a trick used to generate speed and power that can be combined with cheat gainers, corks, double corks, a variation of craziness. But I've recently started learning and using it within my lines and movement to add a little bit of style and take some references of what tricking can potentially do for free running. So, check it out. Whoa! So, the scoot itself is actually kind of an easy move. It's super safe to practice. There's not too much injury-prone things that can come out of actually just practicing the basic movement of it. Obviously, injuries can come out of trying to do something out of it, like a cork or a cheat gainer or something if you're not ready for it. So, to break down the actual scoot, there is an easy way to do it. What we're gonna do is actually start on the ground. In the previous clip, you guys probably saw me stepping back into it to create energy. Well, we don't need to start there. What we're gonna do is just start with our hand. We take our hand, we're gonna place it facing pretty much the opposite direction. We don't have to go a full 180, but at least past that 90 degree. Why we're doing this is because our body is going to turn into our hand. So obviously if our hand was facing forward and we tried to turn, now we're fighting our own arm. We don't wanna do that. So, step one, hand placement. Face it back, away from you. Now, the distance between my foot and my hand is just kind of a body length, a little bit more. I could start with one knee down, one foot up. Super simple, and then all we're gonna do is stick our foot back a little bit further and lift our knee. Now, at this point, we're already prepped and ready to go. What I would suggest doing is keeping your eyes down by your hand. You wanna lift, create some energy, step up and around, putting my left foot or whatever inside foot is there, because if I'm going to spin left, it's my left hand down, my left foot is gonna plant, okay? Cool. So you've probably already noticed at this point that my hand and my foot are across from each other. It's not back behind, back here, it's not in front, it's actually even. So if this is my starting point, when I step down, or if I'm already on the ground, I'm putting my hand in the same position as my foot. So, next thing you need to know is that you don't want to jump around yourself. Now, my back foot is going to do a lot of work as I pop and push with my right foot. So, what I mean by that is left foot is going to pop up. I'm lifting my hips up over me. So, from a back view, it's going to look a little bit like this. Pop, and I'm coming down and up. One thing, very common mistake that people do when trying to do this the first time, is they end up swinging or trying to swing around themselves, which looks a little bit more like this. That creates all this outside energy. My feet are pulling my body backwards. In this trick, what I'm trying to do is create energy coming up and around. It's essentially creating the same movement as a swing through, which this, I guess, could actually be a progression to swing through corks or swing through gainers or things like that. So, when we do this, remember that we're popping ourselves up. Hips are gonna rise up, then swing down and create the energy. Now, obviously, if you're going for a gainer, straight over will be nice. If you wanna go for a little bit more of a cork, you could take it around a little bit. So you're here, stepping up and creating the energy. Now, what I just did was essentially just drive my foot and feel the energy pull me. You do not have to do a cheat gainer. You just let that happen. You could feel the power of this move if you snap through and bring this foot down and kick. It's essentially like you're kicking a ball. Boom! Okay? So when we do it, we're here, step, pop with the hips, foot comes up and around, here, kick. Chest rises up, arms can drive if you want. Give yourself that little bit of height, so you're here, step, drive, up. Cool. And then ride the float. So as I just mentioned, the hand and the foot need to be placed next to each other. But what I didn't mention, and you need to keep in mind, is that your chest is going to be, your shoulders are going to be over your hand and your foot. You don't want to be here as you do it, or way back here, okay? You could, as you start to lift yourself, you want to be in a position where your chest and shoulders are directly over your hand and foot. This is a nice balance point so that when I start to kick around, my weight is going to shift slightly over this hand. If I'm way back here, now my weight is going to pull me this way, okay? Because there's an angle. So if I went like this, it's not going to work. But same thing, if I leaned forward and did it, now I'm way out here. I have no energy. Nothing's helping. So make sure that when you do it, you keep your body centered over this hand and slightly make this your center. So I step back, now I'm here, okay? And the same reason why that when I do it, I can actually almost do it slow motion because I'm weighted evenly around the energy of my hand, okay? So when we do it, we're here, shoulders are over the hand and the foot, step back, start to place the weight over this hand, place your foot right next to your hand. Now this is the next progression that we need to know. As we do this, when we place our foot, we're not placing it way out here, we're not placing it here, behind it. We actually want it to end up pretty close to our actual hand here that's planting on the ground. So when we do it, we're here, plant, step, boom. Cool. So, the next thing we need to know, when we do this, I want you guys to watch my right leg, my outside leg, and see what it does. I'm here, we already talked about it, hand goes down, facing out, stretch back, shoulders are gonna go over the hand, not too far apart. This is kind of awkward, right? This is a little weird too. And then what we do with this leg. So we pop, raise our hips. This leg isn't going to stay straight. Okay, you don't want to kick it out. You can chamber it by keeping it in and then driving it. So it goes here, push up, lift, boom, okay? And that will help you generate your speed, stay tight, because if we kept our legs all the way out the whole time, what's gonna end up happening is that one, we're getting pulled out, but two, when we stay stretched open, it confines our energy and it slows us down. So if we stay tight and then kick it through, boom, it's like a slingshot. We're gonna create a lot more energy. These pants are ridiculous. But they're the new Tempest pants, and if you want them, they're available at tempestfreerunning.com/shop. Bye, woo, woo. And this was your tutorial for the scoot. Not the scoot swing through cork, but it was the tutorial for the scoot on your 12 days of tutorials. Happy holidays, guys. Keep watching. There will be another tutorial tomorrow. Share, like, subscribe. Peace out. I love you. And it's way too late.